Welcome to UCentral News at 4:30. I'm Jessica Higgs.
And I'm Jocelyn Schifferdecker. Thank you for joining us. One of the counts UCO is facing in the Title IX lawsuit we've been following is retaliation. The head coach of the UCO track and field team was fired after student athletes took legal action. I spoke with her, and she said in her 13 years here, it never felt like her team was a priority. Here's the story.
It really wasn't about facilities. It was about just being a priority. It was about being part of when facilities are being discussed, can we have a seat at the table?
Martha Brennan was the head coach for the varsity track and cross country team at UCO for 13 years. She said during her time at UCO, there were multiple times she and her athletes were overlooked by the university.
Being the only female head coach in the department for years, being told not to attend meetings, being told to look the other way.
After realizing nothing was going to change, she decided to take action. She spent spring 2022 working on plans for an outdoor park at UCO that would provide more space for her athletes as well as the overall campus community.
My job is to advocate for my women based on Title IX. It is my job to advocate for them if I feel like we are not being treated equally.
In February 2022, some members of the cross-country and track team met with UCO Athletic Director Stan Wagnon to bring awareness of the issues they were facing. Wagnon told them he'd hire someone to evaluate the program and get back to them. When they heard nothing by May 16th, they decided to take legal action. The university responded May 19th and said an investigation had begun. The university responded again on June 14th, saying there were no Title IX violations. 3 days later, Brennan was fired. Martha Brennan told me that at her termination meeting, she was given reasons for why she was being fired. Some of these reasons included that they did not think she was using all resources that the university provided, and because student athletes had complained earlier in that February 2022 meeting. I actually hold right here a copy of the termination letter that Brennan received, and it reads, quote, "The reason for the termination is a willful and wanton disregard of your job responsibilities." UCentral has continued to reach out to the university, but have received no additional comment.
The official legal complaint filed by the plaintiffs said UCO retaliated against the team again when UCO failed to file paperwork on time to the MIAA. This caused the track and field team to not be able to start their practices on time.
And with the upcoming election, our UCentral News polled over 150 students about their top 5 issues. The top of those issues included current inflation and the economy. Here's what a few students had to say.
I mean, right now, obviously, the economy is pretty volatile. We've got a lot going on, especially after the pandemic. Gas prices are rising, inflation's going crazy. People are printing money left and right. Obviously, tuition prices are going up, too.
Inflation, definitely. Everything's going up in price right now. Gas prices are really expensive right now. Just everything costing more than it usually does, on top of us having to pay for college as it is. Just everything is so expensive as a college student, and tuition, and it's just,
Absolutely great. While most students are focused on gas prices, others worry about cost of living, including rent and grocery inflation.
And consumers will have to scare up a little extra money for Halloween candy next week. The cost of chocolate bars and the like are expected to be 14% higher compared to 2021, according to a report from S&P Global Market Intelligence. Analysts say the increase shouldn't come as a surprise to households. Inflation has been impacting the costs of just about everything. Despite this, Americans are not being frightened away. The National Retail Federation says consumers are expected to spend $10.6 billion this Halloween. That's about $500 million more than last year.
And Oklahoma has become a boon town for the marijuana industry with the legalization of medical, and with over 376,000 people being registered for their medicinal cards in the state. Now Oklahomans will have the chance to allow the industry to expand even more with a special election early next year, though it hasn't been without its challenges. UCentral's Ben Anderson has more.
Oklahoma State Question 820, which would legalize the recreational use of marijuana for anyone ages 21 and up, has been scheduled for a special election on March 7, 2023. Proponents of the bill have faced several challenges to get the question verified in time for the November election next week, and despite not getting it done in time, Governor Kevin Stitt has granted a special election for 820, which has been met with some criticism.
candidates are often reluctant to have controversial issues on the ballot at the same time that they're holding the typical election, so whether it's a primary election or a general election. Recreational marijuana would be one of those controversial issues that they would not want to hold at the same time because it has an impact on turnout. And it has an impact on turnout in unpredictable ways.
On top of those criticisms, Stitt also said in a debate against Democratic opponent Joy Hoffmeister that he would not support the bill. Hoffmeister also shared her concerns not fully supporting the bill either, but here on campus, potential voters had a different take.
I think that it helps a lot of people manage stress as well as like chronic illnesses, especially like elderly people. And there's been no testing for recreational marijuana that has shown that it would be harmful for society. I think it's kind of just an overall positive thing.
Others believe that had 820 been on the November ballot, it would have drawn a lot of support from people.
Recreational marijuana is a good thing for the state. I think most people should have access to it if they would want to have it. And I think it's also good for like medical usage and everything. I think it's very helpful health-wise.
With Oklahomans going to the polls on the issue in March of next year, we will have to wait and see if Question 820 can get the same support as medical marijuana did back in 2018. From Edmond, Oklahoma, I'm Ben Anderson, UCentral News.
And as we get closer to that March election next year, we will keep you posted and make sure we are updated as it develops. And it was a chilly morning this morning, but it ended up being a gorgeous afternoon.
Pretty nice day, yeah. Amber, what's going on with the weather?
So we are looking a little bit at actual times at the moment. You are seeing some pretty high altitudes right now, and we're seeing some pretty good fall temperatures that are coming in. But if you are feeling a little bit ill,
Your mic's not on.
pretty high temperatures at the moment with some great fall.
Your mic is not on.
And rain is coming in this week as well. And we are looking at our
Your mic's not on.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Restaurant company celebrates survivors every year with a specialty cocktail. I talked with one of their concepts and highlighted this year's drink. Take a look. Since 1986, House Smith has created restaurant concepts that heighten the Oklahoma dining experience. And for over a decade, they've been giving back. House Smith owns a number of concepts, including Red Rock Canyon Grill, Louie's Bar and Grill, Upper Crust Pizza, and here, Neighborhood Jam. The restaurant company features a different signature pink drink for each of its concepts. For the entire month of October, you can visit any of their 5 locations and order your own Pink Diamond Mimosa. This cocktail includes Prosecco, strawberry lemonade, Grey Goose lemongrass vodka, and is topped with a fresh strawberry. $2 from each sale will go to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, $1 from House Smith Restaurants, and another $1 from Grey Goose Vodka. For 11 years, House Smith Restaurants have designated a pink specialty drink every October to help fund Breast Cancer Research Foundation. We went to the Edmond location and sat down with their assistant manager. We asked him why the company is pouring the love.
House Smith is doing this for a way to give back. There's many people, family, friends in the company that have been affected in some way, and this is their way of giving back. The philanthropic event ends on October 31st, so make sure you grab a drink and donate while you can. And other restaurant concepts in the House Smith family have drinks like a Pink Diamond Martini and a Strawberry Margarita.
Are you afraid of getting your shots? Well, a new booster for COVID-19 vaccines is developing. Shanghai residents receive aerosolized vaccines as booster shots. Shanghai became the first city in China to provide a domestically developed aerosolized COVID-19 vaccine booster. The vaccine, a mist that is sucked in through the mouth, is being offered for free as a booster dose for previously vaccinated people, according to an announcement on an official city social media account. Scientists hope that such needle-free vaccines will make vaccination more accessible in countries with fragile health systems. They also may persuade people who don't like getting a shot in the arm to get vaccinated.
Monkeypox and HIV have collided with tragic effects. That's according to the CDC monkeypox incident commander. The CDC report found monkeypox can have devastating outcomes on severely immunocompromised patients, such as those with untreated HIV. The research examined clinical case data for 57 patients hospitalized with monkeypox complications and found 82% had HIV infection. 17 of them were hospitalized in the ICU and 12 of them died. Of those who did die, monkeypox was a cause of death or contributing factor. In 5 of the cases, 6 deaths remain under investigation to determine whether monkeypox was a cause or a contributing factor. Healthcare providers are urging to start monkeypox therapies early, even before test results and before symptoms worsen. And it was a chilly start to the day, but ended up being a beautiful afternoon, Jocelyn.
Absolutely, Jessica. And when we return, UCentral's Amber Poston will have your full forecast coming up.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back to UCentral News, everybody. My name is Amber Poston. Thanks for tuning in. Currently, we are looking at 69 right now, and it feels like it's 69 outside at the moment. So that temperature you are feeling is what it feels like right now out there. And the humidity is 30%, so it's not too humid, but there is a little bit of a high humidity. So if you feel a little hot and sweaty from the sun out there, it's because of that high humidity right there. All right, so looking into our temperatures right now, our headlines, our allergies are quite high. So if you feel like you're sick, it is most likely just allergies. My allergies have been really bad recently. So if you guys have any allergy medicine, do not forget to take it because the allergies are quite high and will be quite high for the next couple of days as well. Great fall temperatures will be coming in this week, and we'll be seeing a lot of pretty good temperatures, and we'll be getting a little bit higher as well in the temps for next week too. Rain will be coming in later this week as well. So we'll be seeing some pretty good rainfall like we did on Monday and that we are going to see in the next coming of days. Now, looking at our statewide map right now, it is 67 degrees up in Oklahoma City, 66 up in Enid, and Woodward is 69. Pretty good temperatures right now. We're seeing a bunch of 60s, higher 60s, and some lower 70s. So those fall temperatures has made a little bit of a coming into the state. So we're looking pretty good at the moment. Tonight, it will be feeling like it is 48 degrees outside, which will feel absolutely great outside. So enjoy your night, enjoy your time outside. And if you have the time to go outside, I would say to do so. And now looking at our map for tonight, a bunch of 40s all throughout the state. Up in Guyman, we are looking at 42. Miami is also 42 as well, and 49 up in Oklahoma City. Tomorrow, we are going to be seeing the pretty same consistent temperatures that we are seeing today. So some pretty in the higher 60s, mid-range 60s, and also some pretty good 70s. Like down in the south, we are seeing some pretty good 70s down here. 73 up in Altus, and 70 up in Ardmore, 67 up in Oklahoma City, and 67 up in Guyman as well. Excuse me. This morning, if you stepped outside, it felt pretty nice outside. It probably had a coat. It wouldn't be like too surprising if you had to like take one or you're wearing long sleeves, because it was a pretty chilly morning. So we got to experience the cool fall morning this morning. So 53 degrees outside this morning, 69 currently, and 48 tonight as well. Now looking at our weekly map, we are seeing some pretty good high 60s, and Friday we will be experiencing a little bit of a higher 50s and 80% rain chance as well. So do not forget to bring a raincoat if you are on campus. Be prepared for the storm that will be coming. And we are seeing some pretty good lower 60s, and then we'll be jumping back up into the 70s next week on Monday and Tuesday. So these are some pretty good temperatures looking right now. Back to you.
Thank you, Amber. And after the break, UCentral's Jaden Ford will bring us a much-needed update on the Tulsa Race Massacre. More when we return.
He should be. I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward, but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the mass comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back to Central Diversity. I'm Jaden Ford. There's a safe sex carnival on campus tonight. This event in Thatcher Hall from 6 to 8 p.m. will have food, games, and guests are asked to come in costumes. The goal of the event is to spread safe sex and consent awareness. And the fallout continues for Kanye West today. You've probably heard he's made anti-Semitic comments, and the community speaks out in rage, many saying he should be taken off of social media.
He should be dropped from social media so he doesn't spread his hate. I have phobias now.
I think they just need to stand up and have a voice to say, we're not going to tolerate this. It's wrong, and we're not going to tolerate it.
In recent days, many companies have been breaking ties with him, and now some fans are also going their separate ways. Check out this video of a Florida man burning multiple pairs of Yeezy shoes. He says he owns about 40 pairs, and so far $15,000 worth of the shoes have gone up in flames. He says he still has about $25,000 worth of the shoes, but is heeding to criticism that he is wasting money. Each shoe is about $400 a piece. He now says he will auction them off and then triple the profit to donate to a local charity. And we also have an update on the Tulsa Race Massacre. Officials are all still trying to identify people who have been killed in the tragic event. Out of the 19 bodies that were previously unearthed, 14 fulfilled the requirements for additional DNA analysis. However, only 2 of the 14 bodies have enough viable DNA, and the Intermountain Forensics of Salt Lake City is expected to develop a profile for the bodies in about a week. And can you guys believe the Tulsa race riots were over a year ago, Jessica?
I know. I think it's super fascinating how they're going to re-exhume those bodies and potentially get DNA, and so we can hopefully get some more answers about the Tulsa Race Massacre.
I'm actually originally from Tulsa, and like growing up, I really didn't learn a lot with it, so I'm glad that we are continuing to find out more information with it.
Exactly.
Tulsa natives.
Thank you so much, Jaden. And after the break, UCentral's Brooke Niver will be talking about UCO volleyball moving up in the national rankings.
And about a former running back for the Cowboys making an interesting tattoo decision. Stay tuned.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brooke Niver with your sports update. Central Oklahoma's women's golf team finished 5th at the Tulsa Cup. The Broncos finished the tournament with a team score of 625. Junior Mika Ramos was the leader at the tournament, finishing 8th in the individual standings. She shot a 153. This was the last tournament for the team until beginning spring season in February of 2023. And the men's golf team placed 4th at the Tulsa Cup after a final round rally. UCO moved up 4 spots on the second day of the tournament after Carson Blazer shot a 71 and Caleb Kimmel shot a 72. Both were low scores of that day. Kimmel ended the tournament as 6th in the individual standings with a total of 146. This was the last fall season tournament for the Broncos, and head coach Derek Thompson said the team finished on a good note. The volleyball team was moved to the 18th spot in the weekly American Volleyball Coaches Association Division II rankings. The Broncos are 22-4 for the season and 12-4 in league play. UCO has had an exceptional season, sweeping teams back-to-back. Central will host Central Missouri on Thursday and Missouri Western on Friday. Both games will start at 6 p.m. at the Hamilton Fieldhouse. That's all I have for sports today. Make sure to keep up with Bronco Athletics on broncosports.com. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Brooke. And when we come back, a music icon released a tease on their social media for potential new music.
And Amber will have your last look at weather. Stay tuned.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Welcome back. Wednesday is National Pumpkin Day. The iconic pumpkin is a fall favorite, and it's at the center of holiday decorations, recipes, festivals, and more. Taking over everything from coffee, hello pumpkin spice lattes, to baked goods like cakes and cookies. And even likely favorites like pasta and oatmeal. And they're good for you too. Pumpkins are packed with nutrients, which could not only help boost your immune system and fight off nasty colds, but some veterinarians say they can treat ailments in your pets too. The squash is native to North America. The seeds date back to pumpkin-related seeds found in Mexico between 1700 BC,
And calling all witches and wizards looking for something to do this coming weekend? Well, grab your broomsticks and staffs and pop into the magical, whimsical world of Pumpkinville at the Myriad Gardens. Pumpkinville is a fall festival with lots to do, like pumpkin decorating, face painting, puppet shows, and free carousel rides. You don't want to miss the beautiful pumpkin displays that many local artists put together to transition the gardens into a pumpkin wonderland. Pumpkinville is made of more than 30,000 pumpkins, haystacks, gourds, and mums. Pumpkinville will continue through this Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Admission is $9 per person. However, kids under 2 and Myriad Botanical Gardens members are free.
I love Pumpkinville. It's so cute. Amber, what is our last weekend of October looking like for this month?
Pumpkinville looks so cute. I want to go. So if anyone's down to go with me, just let me know. So we're looking at our temperatures right now. Right now in Oklahoma City, it is 67 degrees outside and 66 up in Enid as well. Currently looking right now is that this morning, if you stepped outside, it felt like 53 degrees. So if you probably needed a coat outside because it was quite chilly. 69 currently and through this afternoon as well, and 48 tonight. So looking at our weekly temperatures, we are seeing some pretty high 60s. We will be seeing some rain on Friday and some pretty good 70s up on Monday and Tuesday. Back to you.
Thanks, Amber. And earlier this month, Rihanna made the announcement about her Super Bowl halftime show next year.
And now, after 6 long years, Rihanna is finally dropping new music.
Rihanna announced her new music will drop this Friday, October 28th. The pop star will feature a song on the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack titled Lift Me Up.
A teaser video confirming Rihanna is featuring on the Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack was released today on the artist's Twitter.
I am so excited for that, Jocelyn. First of all, the first Black Panther soundtrack was incredible.
Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar basically just took a hold of that album, and it was so good. So I'm really excited to see this album, but also it's Rihanna. I mean, come on.
I know.
I can't wait to see her at the Super Bowl halftime and to hear this new music on Friday.
I actually haven't listened to much of her music, but this is definitely making me want to get into her more.
Yeah, we'll get you on the right track,
okay,
Jocelyn.
Cool.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us on UCentral News. I'm Jessica Higgs.
And I'm Jocelyn Schifferdecker. Have a great night.